All right, so today's topic of motivation is better than this. And basically, first of all, I want to say I hope you guys are feeling fantastic and amazing and wonderful and all those things that we should feel, especially knowing who we are and where we're going and, all those things like that. So, I love you. I love you guys. I love you guys from the bottom of my heart. That I have been able to come to make a difference in your lives and the things that you're doing, and just messages and stuff like that. It really means the world to me, and it shows that everything that I've done has not been in vain. So Most High is awesome. He's amazing. All right, so today's topic, thank you, Tiffany. Today's topic of motivation is better than this. Today's topic of motivation is better than this. And I came up with this topic because starting in the beginning of this month, I actually used this to help to encourage me. And when I dealt with what I dealt with, I had a strong sense of the Most High just wanted me to share it with you guys. I love you. I'm awesome. To share with you guys. So I hope that this helps you as much as it helped me. And this is really a motivation that started with me. And a lot of times I get the motivations and then I give them, and I learn and feel with you guys. This time I felt it before you. And we come to a place that we're dealing with the stuff and the things in our life, and just gets real crazy. And sometimes because of everything that we're dealing with, we begin to, there's two separate things, right? There's something called self-worth, and then there's something called self-value. And self-worth means you value yourself, right? I value myself, so I have self-worth. I value who I am. So self-worth means that you value yourself. You know, not necessarily who you are. I may not know everything about me. I may not be there. I may not, have everything from A to Z to say who Annie Marie is. But what I do know is that I'm worth it, That's deep. I have self-worth. It means I value who I am. In spite of things I may go through, in spite of my experiences. And regardless, at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, I'm worth it, So that's self-worth. And then we talk about self-value means that you are worthy, right? So self-value means you're worthy. I'm worthy of it. So because I find value in myself, then I deserve this thing, And then when we talk about self-worth is saying that I value who I am. You see? And it's two different things, but they're kind of like the same, but we don't want to confuse what they are. Now let's get a little bit deeper. When we say I'm better than this, every time when you go through Shishi Head Love, every time when we go through the things that we go through in life, we want to stop to say, am I better than this hard thing? Or maybe it's not so hard. Or maybe we come to a place to value ourselves and love ourselves so much that we stop in all we do to consider. And everything we do, we stop to consider and say, am I better than this? At my best, am I better than this? Thank you, love. Thank you, Bish. I'm better than this. Yes. At my best, do we believe that we're better than what we have? Do we believe that there's more out for me? Not just, we always love to focus on the hard things and the rough things and the things that we're trying to get through and press through. We try to, but going further than that, like even at your best today, are you better than that? Whatever your best is today, are you better than that? That's really coming from a place of self-worth. That's really coming from a place of self-value. When we think of better than this, thank you guys. I appreciate you all. When we think about this, we think about self-esteem. All these words that bring in self-esteem, self-compassion, self-care, self-acceptance, self-respect, self-love, self-confidence. So there's a couple of things. There's 3 things that you want to think about, right? How we feel about ourselves, how we think about ourselves, and how we act towards ourselves. So we can sit there and say that I have self-worth, I have self-value. But are we doing those 3 things? How do you feel about yourself? How do you think about yourself? And how do you act towards yourself? Right? Because there's a lot of people shouting from the rooftops saying, I'm worthy, saying I'm valuable. I know who, thank you, Thunder. I know who I am. Right? So why do you treat your loved ones better than you treat yourself? The act towards yourself does not match what you speak. The act towards yourself doesn't match what you're thinking. You see how they can all fall? We could come to a place that they're not all in line. We could say something. Thank you, Thunder, for being a fan. Thank you, love. I say it and believe it, but my actions don't match. You see that? Thank you, Sunflower. Do you believe? I believe that I'm a child of the Most High. I believe that I shall do great things. I believe that I deserve the best that's out there for me. I believe that my destiny is set up for me and it's just for me. But when we work through our life and we go through the things of life, and how do we act? What is our reaction? How do we find ourselves last when we say we know what our value is? How do we find ourselves last when we say we know how worthy we are? When I say I can sit here and say that I have self-worth. It's not enough to feel a thing, and it's not enough to think a thing. But the actions towards you are so important. I have to feel this thing. I have to think highly of myself. And let the very things that I think. Yay! 3 stars. Thank you, Nanya. Yay! 14. Welcome, love. We're talking about better than this. Better than this. I'm better than this. When you get to a place, yay! Thank you, love. When you get to a place to say, am I better than this? You question how we feel about ourselves. We question what we think about ourselves. And we question how we act towards ourselves. Understanding that self-worth means you value yourself. I value myself. Right. Yes, Nanya. I value myself. Self-value means that you are worthy. I have self-value, so I know that I'm worthy. I have self-worth because I know what the value is in me. You have value in yourself. And when you talk about self-worth and you having value in yourself, there's a quote that says, I'm feeling a feeling that you are a good person who deserves to be treated with respect. So a quote is tied to self-worth is a feeling that you are a good person who deserves to be treated with respect. We can get so wrapped up in this life that we actually don't even recognize when we're disrespecting ourselves. It's real and it's deep and it's true. How can we come to a place, thank you, love. How can we come to a place to feel a certain way, think a certain way, but act a certain way towards who we are? It's because I have lost the respect for me. Somewhere along the lines, through the things that I've dealt with, experiences, the relationships I had, the relationships I had, the experiences that I dealt with, the people that I know. Somewhere I have lost respect for who I am. It doesn't have to be all the time. And it doesn't have to be 100% of disrespect. I love you, Brandy. It doesn't have to be 100% of disrespect, but there's some disrespect in there from ourselves. Because if we're saying self-worth is a feeling that you are a good person who deserves to be treated with respect, sometimes we don't even treat ourselves with respect. And we wonder why we are where we are. How did I get to a place that's less than I deserve? How am I attached to things that are not supposed to be attached to me? Come on, Sunflower, how did I find myself here? If I'm telling everyone, it's a big disconnect when we come to a place that we can tell everyone how valuable they are. When we can tell everyone how worthy they are. And it sounds good. And we mean it. But when we say it to ourselves, it sounds good. But we don't really mean it. I'm just going to be a little bit of transparent today. Just a little bit, just a little transparent today. We say it, but we don't really believe it. And the belief that we have can be so small that I say I believe it, but I don't believe it enough to act on it. I know it's real. My nose is running. I know it's real. But I don't believe it enough. There's no strength and there's no power behind me believing that worth of who I am and that value of who I am, that I begin to move in spite of what it looks like. I begin to move and see things that are not there. Come on. What is that? Faith. I have faith in my God and who I am, and I can do this thing. But when it comes around, we just don't believe it. And not just Empress Key, hey love, and not just, I just don't believe it. I don't believe it because of what I've been through. I don't believe it because my life just doesn't match. Right? So can I believe it if my actions don't match? Come on. That's what it is. We're not going to fool ourselves anymore. Because Empress, Rich, Rising, Gorgeous, we're not going to fool ourselves anymore, because if it's how you feel about yourself, and it's what we think about ourselves, and how we act towards ourselves different, then we do not believe in our worth. And we'll never come to a place to say that I'm better than this. How do we know? Because how did we get here? How did we get here? How did I get to a place that everything that I'm connected to I don't deserve? And I'm not saying that I don't deserve it, meaning that it's too great for me. I'm saying you don't deserve it because it's not even close to what you're supposed to have. Taking less than you deserve. Everywhere you look around in your life and you see, and then I'm better than this. Come on, Empress. This relationship that I'm in, that's so hard. It's so hard. I'm constantly trying to make them see value in who I am. And constantly every action that I do towards them is always me trying to prove myself. Who I am. And how valuable I am. And how worthy I am. I'm trying to prove to you my worth so I can believe it. We sit there and go in life back to back and over again. Why? Because the more and more I got to prove to you who I am, the more and more I just believe just a little bit more that I'm valuable, that I'm supposed to have this, that this is how it's supposed to be. It's not just for us. We find people to try to validate who we are so we can believe it. It's not just enough for them to feel like it, because if you feel like I'm worthy, then I can. But what happens when we come to a place where everything is taken away? What is your worth? If all that you have and all that you're connected to is gone, what is your worth, King? What is your worth, Queen? Okay, Cleopatra, hey, love. Feeling like we have to hustle for our worth, right? Constantly trying to prove it. Constantly trying to prove it, Sunflower. Constantly trying to discover your worth when your worth has found you. We talked about this before. We don't have to discover our worth and who we are. Our worth has found us a long time ago. You know when your worth found you? When you was conceived in your mother's womb. You have been given life. The greatest gift. If that is not worthy enough, then I don't know what to tell you. So we constantly are searching to discover the worth that we already carry on the inside. We constantly start connecting ourselves to people and relationships just to feel that value. Just to know, oh, I have a boyfriend, I have a girlfriend. Just to know that somebody loves me. Because I can't remind myself. I need relationships. I need to be connected to people, because the more I'm connected to them, I begin to remind myself that I'm loved. That somebody cares for me. But we are supposed to come to a place that when everything is taken away, what is your worth? If you had no family, no friends, no children, nothing. No money, no cars, no house, no shelter, nothing. Nothing. What is your worth? That's why I remain single, abstinent mother, until someone does exactly what you are saying for me. That part. I know my worth. I know I'm great all by myself. Oh, have an awesome day, 14. Love you. Town, thank you, love. Right? We come to a place to value what we have more than who we are. Right? If everything was stripped from me, what is your worth? Some people say I would have nothing, because I'm nothing without my children. I have no life without my kids. Do you see that? We come to a place to value the very things that we have and not see the value in why it was given. The value in why it was given. Well, if this great thing that I value so much was given to me, what is my worth? And that's what we forget, because we're so focused on the outside and what's been given to us and what we're blessed with and what makes us happy. For you to be blessed with that great thing, you gotta have worth. And you gotta be more worthy than the very thing that you was blessed with. Tar, thank you, love. You guys, if you feel that, put a 1 in the comments. If you feel like you've always been a place to appreciate everything that you have, but you never turned around to look like, well, I must be great in order for me to receive all these blessings. Man, I must be more worthy than the things that are connected to me because they are connected to me. Okay, Tara. Okay, Town. Okay, Empress. We forget those things. When we forget that why the gift was given and who it was given to, then we come to a place to not be able to recognize that what we're dealing with in this lifetime can come to a place that we don't deserve that thing. It's less than we deserve. And something, let me tell you this, Exotic Kid Love, let me tell you this, King and Queens. It could be something that was extraordinary for you for a time, but now it's a season and a point in your life that it's not worth your value anymore. But we can be so stuck and so conditioned to just feel like, I need this still. Come on. Always staying in a place because, but honey, that season has come and gone. I feel like I deserve it, but still waiting. Right. We got a taste of something that we're supposed to have as a whole, and we just hold on to that thing. And when this door was open for us in our life, and we have so many blessings from this door, when it starts to shut, we're trying to put our foot in there. We're trying to stick our hand in. We're trying to put the door stop. We're trying to keep it, trying to stay there. But there's seasons come and seasons go. And what we have to recognize is when we have reached that pinnacle point where it has reached the max and we have climaxed in this area in our life, we have to be able to recognize our worth and our value to say, I gotta move forward now. It's not working for me. This is not who I am. This is not what my worth is. It's not matching my value anymore. And I'm talking about situations. I'm talking about jobs. I'm talking about relationships. Do you hear me? Some of our relationships can take us to a place that, we feel like we feel like we are in debt to people. We feel like we owe them something for making us better. Who am I talking to? We come to a place to feel like, you know what? I owe you something. Come on, Empress. You made me a better person. I gotta be attached to you for life. This has to be always. But there are things that we deal with that can be seasonal. And there's things, come on, Town, and there's things that we deal with that can be forever. There is divine relationships. Come on, Sunflower, that are seasonal, and there are divine relationships that are for the rest of your life. Because you made me better doesn't mean you always will. Thank you, Most High. Do you hear me? Just because you made me better doesn't mean you always will. And it doesn't mean you'll always make me better. That's where we find ourselves stuck in situations and stuff. Come on, Sunflower. Stuck in situations. Pressure, hey, love. Stuck in situations and find ourselves in this hamster wheel doing the same thing over and over and over again, trying to expect another different result or the same one, but it doesn't always work like that. Hey, gorgeous. Hey, love. It doesn't always work. I feel like that with my relationship with my mom. She's been so toxic to me. That's what I'm saying. So can we go through these, can we go through these experiences in life and be able to still sit there and say, am I better than this? Can we go through our relationships in our life with family members and constantly monitor ourselves to sit there and reevaluate some things and sit there and think about the situation and look outside of the box and say, is this for me? Does this still have my name on it? Should I still be here? But what we do is we bank on history and not bank on the quality. We bank on the quantity, how long. This is my mom, this is my dad, this is my friend since kindergarten. Instead of banking on the quality. And I said this to you guys before. I had a friend that I had for over 12 years. I call her my sister. She did so much for me in a period of my life that I didn't have anyone. When I was like 17 years old. Come on, Sunflower. It's so real. And I was so loyal that I dedicated my life because she saved mine when I was 17. Is that deep? And for those 12 years, I never even realized that she always ever pulled for me and never gave again. Never gave again. 12 years of take, and I just let it be. It is not our place to decide who is doing what. And what I mean by that, if somebody helped you that changed your life, you do not owe them your life. I'm going to say that again. If somebody helped you and saved your life, you do not owe them your life. Yes, you don't owe them your life. They may have saved your life, but you don't owe them your life. And you know why? It gets a little bit deeper, because then we come to a place where they've saved our life, but we're repaying it back. What? They have saved our life to take it back. They have saved our life to claim it as their own. They have saved our life to kill us slowly. So I'm going to take this bullet that you're about to get to the head, and instead of me giving, I'm going to dodge the bullet for you. I'll block the bullet, but I'll let you burn in the house. Do you guys hear me? I'll take away your quick death to give you a slow one. And as we're burning in the house, we still stay in the fire because you say, oh, but you saved my life. One thing that we always have to recognize is that we don't owe anyone anything. And I want you to really understand what I say when I say that. I'm not talking about treating people any type of way. I'm not talking about being stuck up. I'm not talking about pride. I'm not talking about none of that. Because if you truly, hate love. If you truly love yourself, then you love people. Thank you so much, beautiful. If you love yourself, you love people. So I ain't going to treat people any type of way because I ain't treating me any type of way. But when it comes down to it, I'm so connected to the Most High and I'm so connected to my Father that when I begin to seek thanks for my life being saved, He gets all the glory. How do we know that He did not use someone as a vessel to save our life? Just because our life was saved doesn't mean it's a divine relationship or a divine connection. He could use a stranger in the street that cares about people so much. The people that dealt with school buses being held up and a guy that didn't even know that people heard him screaming. 16-year-old boy heard screaming from a fire of children crying, screaming. He ran in there and saved 4 kids. He has first-degree burns all over his face, body, everything. Not even recognizable. Teenagers save children. He will take somebody that don't even know you and use them. don't even know who you are, don't even know your name, doesn't know nothing. How don't you know that that's the same situation for the friend that you've been paying back for 12 years? You got to be connected. You gotta be connected. You gotta be connected to the source to know, what is it coming from? Is this a divine relationship? Is this someone I'm supposed to be connected to for all these years? Is this who is this person for me? And don't just assume because you know somebody threw you the lifesaver, threw you that's what they call it. Yeah, the lifesaver. Threw you the ring in the water to save your life, and they jump in and take it from you, and you tread in the water, getting tired, getting depleted all these years. They done throw it to you. Have two on the boat. Listen to me. There's two lifesavers on the boat. You're drowning. They throw you one, and then the ship goes down, so they in the water too. But guess what? They never took the one for them. They swam back to you and said, "Can I have mine back?" And we sure enough gave it back to them. And all of our life, we're treading water. I wasn't supposed to blink, and I did. History and time doesn't matter either. Right? Doesn't matter how long you've been. That's what I was saying. I was saying that with my friend that I was saying was like my sister. I was saying that the whole time, like, I knew her for years. She helped me at this time. No one else was there for me. And I kept getting badgered and badgered and badgered year after year after year. Drained and drained and drained and drained year after year after year after year. And that 12th year was just like crying, crazy stuff happening to me. Call her. She calls me looking for some encouragement, motivation, knows what I'm going through. I stopped my tears to encourage her, and she hung up the phone. And I finally recognized, I went back to crying. And I said, wait, this is weird. This don't make no sense. Where's my encouragement? Where's my stuff 12 years later? So we got to understand that we have to always come to a place to say, I'm better than this. We always have to reevaluate, look at the things, check our life, see what we're doing, see what we're going through, see what's happening. That's what we have to do. And when we do that, or when we're able to do that, then we come to a place to see if what we're dealing with and who we're connected to is worth who we are. And again, like I said, it could be relationships. Relationships could have been great, but we're holding on to what was great in the 10 years. And your happiness was only in 8 months. I'm going to say that for somebody. Thank you, Most High. I don't know who that's for, but he wants me to say that again. We're holding on to a 10-year relationship, and your happiness only equaled about 8 months of those whole 10 years. Did you? Hey, love. Okay. Okay. Don't just have to be a significant other, but it can actually be a family member, like a father, a mother, kids. And we ain't talking about, come on, Sunflower, come on, Ginger. We ain't talking about, oh, there's good times and bad times. Come on, Empress. I got something to say to you, Empress, because that's my story too, and I cut that off a long time ago. What you have to understand, Empress, is just because someone has a title doesn't mean they fulfill the description, and you're worth the description. I'm going to say that again to you, Empress. Just because someone has a title, someone has a title doesn't mean they fulfill the description. You are worth the description. You're not just worth the title. Yeah, okay, Sunflower. That's what we got to do now. And I'm going to tell you what I mean. Just because it's your mother doesn't mean you have to be in that relationship. Thank you, Ginger. Just because it's your mother doesn't mean you have to be in that relationship. It is your mother. They did give you birth, but guess what? We're not recognizing. We're not recognizing that they have been given free will of choice to choose you or not. It don't matter that they have you. It doesn't matter that they have you. It's just like buying clothes. I know I don't want to make it seem so simple, but it's real. It's real. I could buy a dress, get it from the store, go home 5 minutes later. I don't want the dress. I don't like it. I don't want to know more. Just as a choice. It's the same as a choice. Even with somebody giving birth to a child. A lot of times, Empress, there is some real shadow work, some real mental issues, some real damage from self-love that comes to a mother that does not love her children. We need to recognize that. I needed to recognize that for years. I always said to Most High, but why can't I have a mom, man? Why doesn't my mother love me? Why does she always was the worst to me? Why is she always complaining to me? Why does she always talk bad to me? Why does she always call me names? This is my whole life. I used to sit there and cry and sob and this until I turned 25 and I finally recognized something. And I said, why can't I have this? And the Most High said, you're looking at the glass half empty and not the half full. And I said, that don't mean nothing. I don't have a mom. And he showed me my father, who's everything to me. And people have constantly throughout my life said, oh my God, I wish I had your relationship that you have with your father. Oh my God, your father's the best. Oh my God, this is your dad. Oh my God, this. And I'm sitting there trying to think. I'm like, yo, all this life people are wanting what I have and I'm wanting what people got. And they ain't even know the other side of the story. And that's why you never covet other people's stuff. You never wish what somebody else had because you ain't know what they went through to get it. And you don't know what they're going through to keep it. Come on. You don't know. You go down into relationships with mothers and daughters and then you get into it. And then what happens? Your friend, you can find a friend that has an excellent relationship with their mother. You start going deep and there's some serious issues. You're welcome, Empress. And I said, I got to start looking at what I've been blessed with and not what I don't have. And it's not that, and come to a place to be okay to understand that I deserve it, but I don't got it. Come to a place to understand that I deserve it. And it's okay that I don't got it. You hear me? I deserve a mother that loves me, that listens to me, that tells me I'm going to be great, that says I'm better, loves me for me, unconditional. Not because I look like my dad who brought her so much pain in her life that she chooses to hurt me. Nah. A mother that loves me for me because she birthed me. She said yes. I deserve that thing. But I deserve a mother that is a mother. I deserve a mother. Did you hear me? That loves me. I didn't just say I deserve a mother. I didn't stop there with the empty description. I said I deserve a mother that loves me unconditionally, builds my self-esteem, has compassion for me, cares for me, brings self-love. That's what I want. And if I can't have that, then don't give it to me. I don't want it. I don't want no titles that I have to respect and honor, but you do not fulfill the description. So you're getting rewards for something that you're not fulfilling. I don't want it. And knowing the Most High, if I am not granted something, then there's always a reason, Empress. There's always a reason on why we go through what we go through. But what we have to have faith in is to know that everything that has been stolen, everything we didn't get, all the things that we have been promised shall be fulfilled. And I can say today that my father had married my mom, my stepmom, the the one I call my mother, who is everything to me, who loves me, cares for me, everything that my mother never was. She's awesome. Took a long time, but she's awesome. But I lived those 5 years of He knows what we need, right? But Empress, listen, I lived those 5 years after I decided that, you know what? I'm going to focus on what I'm blessed with and not focus on what I don't have that doesn't deserve me. We need to stop focusing on the things that we don't have that don't deserve us. That ex-girlfriend, that ex-boyfriend, ex-wife, ex-husband, the things that didn't deserve us, we still focusing on that. The mother, the father, the children that don't care about us, the fathers that don't care about us, the mothers that disrespect us, the friends, the family members. We got to stop focusing on the things that we do not deserve, that don't deserve us because of how they choose to live their life and treat people. We living our life focusing on their choices. I lived my whole life, come on, Nanya, focusing on my mother's choices. To choose not to care about her daughter, treat her well. Love her and not abuse her. My whole life. Come on, Yellow. That's not the focus. The more I focus on the things that I don't have, I miss the things that I do. The more I focus on the things I don't deserve is the more I miss the things that I do. So we got to come to a place to say, I'm better than this. I ain't worried about my mother and how she treat me because I'm better than this. You want to sit here with your toxic relationship and try to be connected to me? No way. I am better than this. I'm better than arguing 24/7. I'm better than not being happy all the time. I'm better than sitting around and not feeling happiness. Come on. I'm better than running around in everything I do trying to prove that I'm worthy to people. I'm done. I said it when at first, I'm done. I told you this motivation came to me from the Most High and said, honey, if you don't see your value in yourself, I don't know what to do because I done told you over and over again. And if you just don't want to listen, then I'm not going to force you. And I'm not going to twist your arm anymore because you can do what you want. And I said, yes, Most High, I see it. I'm better than this. I'm better than delivering and people not cherishing what I'm giving. I'm better. I'm better. And this time and this place has closed. And we have to come to a place to be okay with it. Why? Because he's leading us. And it's because it's something we know, these toxic relationships. It's something we know. And if you're going to tell me you're going to punch me, I'll take it better than you sucker punching me. Who am I talking to? It's human nature. We'd rather know what's going to happen to us, whether it's right or wrong, than it to just happen to us. Dre, hey love. Okay, Tar. Okay, Dre. Sunflower. Okay. I'm going to just deal with it. Oh, because, yeah, well, my relationship's always been toxic. So that means that you deserve it? So you know that you're going to get punched, and that's okay? But you know it's coming. We'd rather settle for less than we deserve because we know what it is. And we're choosing not to step into the unknown. I don't know what's for me. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's going on. Y'all ain't listening. Well, y'all listening. I see you. I'm talking about y'all need to listen to the Most High. You need to listen to that voice that keeps trying to pull you out of the quicksand. And you keep trying to dive back in. You in the quicksand and you don't even know it, right? You in the quicksand and you don't even know it. That subconsciously your hand is being raised out of that quicksand asking for help. You don't even feel it. You don't even know it. You don't even know that you're crying for help in the back of your mind. Help me. Gotta be more than this. So much more than what I'm feeling. I can't go through life always feeling like I'm in quicksand. Something has to be more for me. Put your hand up. Let him guide you. Let him take you. Hear the voice. See your hand as being lifted out of that quicksand that says, I'm tired of the same thing over and over. I'm tired of this. I'm more than this. If he said that I am a child of the King, if he said that I shall suffer, but there will be glory, and I don't see none, I'm better than this. Come on. Exhausted. Talk about it, sunflower. I'm better than this. And you know what? You got to say to yourself, you know what, Annie Marie, you know what, Candy? I believe that I'm worthy. I feel like there's some value about myself, but my actions just don't match it. And you know what? That's okay, because I'm going to try better every day. That's all we got to do. Try better every day. Remind yourself, I am better than this. That's it. And if it could come to, come on, Empress, and if it could come to one less conversation with your mother, so there's not another toxic pouring in your life, then that's one less conversation. But guess what, Empress? Every day, every second. Come on. But guess what, Empress? One less conversation is one less conversation is one less conversations that's not deserving of you. So it's a better you. But it's just a conversation, Ken. It's just a conversation, Annie Marie. It is. But it made you a little bit better. It made you increase your value a little bit more. I didn't pick up that phone call today. One day at a time. I didn't pick up that phone call today. Today, I'm better than I was yesterday. This ain't no race for no one. I want to believe who I am when I say I'm worthy. I want to come to a place to feel, think, and act towards myself that I'm worthy. One day at a time. A little bit at a time. Oh, I thought you usually blah, blah, blah with your mother. Yeah, I do. Yeah, last week you said, yeah. This week it's different. And we come to, come on, Dre, Lucky, we come to a place to start coming out and being better than this. Not just thinking and not just knowing, but being. The actions I have towards myself say that I'm worthy. And it don't matter who you are to me. It don't matter where you're from. It don't matter what it is. Family, friends, situations, jobs, whatever it is. I'm going to do little by little to be better than what I am. That's it. Talk about it, Empress. I'm worth better than what she gave. And who said, thank you, Most High. I'm closing here. And who said this? Your worth is not determined by your mother. Your worth is not determined by how old you are. Everything that I'm saying, there's something for somebody in here. And if it resonates with you, put a 1 in the comments. Your worth is not determined by your job and what type of career you have and how much money you make. Your worth isn't determined by your relationship status. There's single people just as miserable as married people. So how can my worth be determined by that? Your worth, your self-worth is not determined by social media and how many followers you have and how many likes you got. I don't need people to like what I present. Come on, Cleopatra. I don't need people to like what I present. I need people to like me. I don't need people to just follow me, because those are numbers. There ain't no loyalty in those follows. As soon as they don't get what I'm giving for the reason that they're following me, guess what? Who's left alone? Guess who is by their self when their back is against the wall? I don't need numbers. Come on, Zude. My to-do list doesn't determine my self-worth. This is for all my perfectionists out there. I gotta make sure I do this, and I have a house by this time, and then I gotta make sure that my girlfriend has her hair this way, and my boyfriend has to have these certain shoes, and if I don't have this, and I gotta get a dog, and I have to have 5 babies, and January 5th, 2025, 2:15. They say peace when they don't get what feeds them. Come on, Zude. Listen, I'm talking to all those to-do list people. And I could really go into the to-do list people. You know why? Because that was me. I gotta be like this in my job. This has to happen. That has to happen. I gotta do this, that. And I gotta get all this done. And if I get all this done, I'm gonna feel good about myself and I'm worthy. Take everything away. What's your worth? Your job does not determine your worth. Take everything away. What's your worth? Take social media away. What's your worth? Take your age away. What's your worth? Other people. How many friends you have. What's your worth? Anything or anyone does not determine your self-worth. Guess what? Only one person, and that's you. That's you. Ain't nothing about self-worth has anybody included. Because self-worth means you value yourself. Y'all hear me? It ain't got some water, hey love. It doesn't have it doesn't say anything about mothers. Y'all listen to me. It don't say anything about fathers. It don't say anything about children, age, sexual preference, location, race. It ain't got to say nothing about nothing. Self-worth says, self-worth means you value yourself. It's all about you. It's all about you. Ooh, I didn't want to miss this. I'm just going to add some little ones. Just real quick. I'm sorry, guys. I want to add something because this was like, when I said this, I was like, wow. Self-esteem. Self-esteem is what we think, what we believe, what we feel about ourselves. Self-esteem is what we think and what we feel and what we believe about ourselves. When we talk about self-worth, and you're taking self-esteem and you're taking self-worth, when you talk about self-worth, self-worth is I'm greater than all that. Isn't that deep? What do you mean? Well, self-esteem is what we think and what we feel and what we believe about ourselves. But self-worth says I'm greater than all that. You see that? Self-worth doesn't say this A, B, C, D, E, F. I'm already worthy. I said that. We don't have to find our worth. We're living. Come on, Dre. Yes, love. We're living. We're breathing. I don't got to find my worth. It found me already. How? proud when I was conceived in my mother's womb that I'm standing here today and survived the very thing that tried to kill me. How am I worthy? Because I'm talking to you right now. I didn't have to wake up, but he decided that I'm worthy enough to still have a breath. So I'm worthy regardless of how I feel about myself, what I believe about myself, and what I think about me. Ooh. Worth is there when everything else isn't. Worth is still there. All things are stripped away. If you're there to see everything stripped away, there's still worth because you're able. I'm worthy because I'm able. What? I'm worthy because I'm able to see these things stripped from me. And I can stand here in confidence to know that the very thing that gave it to me can do it again. The very being, my Father, the Most High. If he can take this all from me, then he sure enough can give it to me again as long as I'm still living. And if I'm breathing, I'm worthy. And if I'm living, I'm worthy. Remember, your worth is greater than your self-esteem. Your worth is greater than your self-esteem. Use your self-esteem to build the value in who you are. Use your worth to build the esteem that you need to understand who you are. Ooh, you see that? Mia, come on, Cleopatra, come on, Sunflower, the one, come on. Use your worth to build. Let your worth be the foundation of your self-esteem, of your self-compassion, of your self-care, self-love, self-acceptance. If he has accepted me, ooh, thank you, God. If you have accepted me, I done messed up so many times. I done called you out of your name. I done went through this life screaming blasphemy from who I've come from. And if you love me still, if you have accepted me in all of my wrong, and I gotta get it together, gotta have self-acceptance for myself. Have to. Because if the God that has created all accepts me, God accept myself. We have to come to a place to accept ourselves to bring change. To get to a place to be better than this, I gotta accept who I am. Flaws and all. And it's okay. I had someone hit me up, very beautiful queen, that I knew for years when I used to go to my church and things like that. And I used to do spoken words there. And she hit me up yesterday with 2 verses of 2 sentences. You're welcome, loves. I love y'all. Lemongrass. Thank you today. She hit me up with 2 sentences that I said in a spoken word all these years later. You know how deep that is? Two sentences that I said in a spoken word. And I said he didn't have to, but he did because he loved me. And she said, still to this day, last time I spoke that word was, I don't know, that spoken word was 2012. He didn't have to because he's God all by himself, but he loves me.